Hello, everybody. We are here at Senior Softball. Great to have you with it. It must be Monday if we're doing it. And, yeah, beautiful day out here for some great softball. Matt Spring, he's in. He checked in. He's the officiator of the contest. It's your Oxford Health Quest team up against the Douglas Water Depot. Both teams are at 7-1 each right now, so they got something to prove to each other. Anyways, Oxford still sits 7-1, and from Clarkston, Douglas Water Depot at 7-1. It's Senior Softball, and we'll be back with more on OCTV. And we get ready for inning number one on the mound out there. We don't say mound because it's softball on the circle. Mr. Erke, he's going to take first charge at it. Coming up to bat for the Depot, we only have first names. Number 4, Bill. I don't know why we don't get last names with this team, but maybe they're in some type of a program where they only give their first name. Erke getting ready to pitch, checking out his offense in the outfield. A little bit of questioning why we're not getting underway right away, but Erke is just ready to pitch that first one in. Erke's always good for a good strike off the tip, so watch for an early strike here on the call. Matt Spring ready to go. He's ready to officiate this little puppy, and we are off to the races. 7-1 both teams in the first pitch. Told you so, and it's a strike on the batter. Both teams pretty well matched against each other. Ooh, gets them on a 2, and we are on the count ahead for the pitcher. Big swat out to center field. It'll get caught by Spencer out there. That'll be first out here in the first inning of play right now. Spencer, good center fielder for the Oxford team, able to field a lot of balls that head out that way. Once again, got to say hello to our friends. If you're watching, we appreciate you more than you'll ever know. If you want to sponsor any of our athletic competitions, we definitely could use your help on that, especially with football coming up. Big swat out for the first, and it's going to center field again, and boom, it gets fielded by Spencer. That's Joel, 2 down. We got music and walk-up music. I forgot about that. They don't give us their first names, but we got walk-up music for them. That's awesome. In the third slot, so far 2 down right now, first inning of play. It'll be Mark for the Douglas Water Depot. I find it funny. They got walk-up music, but no last names. Ooh, nails him on a strike like he does all the time, Mr. Erke at the circle. No runners. Beautiful day, really. I mean, not too hot. We've been out here. It's been usually 80 and 90 degrees, but very comfortable right now. Very good weather for a softball game. Big hit out to center. Willie Field 3. Boom, he gets them all. 3 for Spencer. They go down 1, 2, 3. Bill, Joel, and Mark. See you later. We're going to send them out to the outfield. Oxford comes back at the bottom of 1. No score and 3 flyouts thanks to Spencer. He picks them off, all 3. We're back in a moment. Welcome back to Senior Softball, which we will talk about on Oxford News this week. Dan and I talking about being out here on Mondays, and Hunter, Dan's son, off for school, and Dan has offered him to come out here, and it was a very hard no on showing up to the softball game. Didn't even wince about it. He said, Dad, I got to sleep. I'm chillaxing. Already at bat for Oxford, number 24, and that, of course, is Mark Defoe in the first in the lineup. I believe he picked a strike up. Big shout out to your, center field, partially center field. That'll get him a base hit up to 1. And that'll put a man on base coming to bat. Always good for a big hit, Mark Emerson. Again, 7-1 both clubs here as they play this afternoon. or morning, I should say. Big shot by Emerson. He throws it through the gap. And now there will be 2 on base, 1 and 3. Emerson up to first base. Wow, good stuff for Oxford already. Orlando Castro coming up. Got some designated bat lady, a young designated bat girl today. Not sure what her name is, but she's doing a good job. Once again, Hunter's Weiss taking the hard no on coming to the game. Big shot out. They all get hits up and through the gap, and this could load them up, or they may send, they're going to hold them. They're going to hold them all. Everybody making it to first base. Bases loaded. They're going to leave it on Ron Mikowski to be the cleanup man here for senior softball. On deck, the big guy himself, Dave Cunningham. He's willing to bat one out of the park. Mikowski's going to play cleanup if he can here. Bases loaded. Everybody made it to 1. And we get a ball right off the bat. I forgot this is where the pitcher for this team wears everything that a catcher wears. Big shot out. Will it get fielded? And it gets, boom, snagged. But everybody tags up and rolls around. That'll get them on board for 1. And they'll have a man on each corner. So Mikowski with the sack RBI. Will get one over the hill for Oxford. Oxford leads this contest. Big guy himself, Dave Cunningham, always good for a big swat. And then we got Kurt Kowalski, followed by Dave Cunningham nails with a strike. Big shot out to right field. It stays fair. That'll send another one home. They're going to roll them around, hold them on the corners again. So a perfect execution by Dave Cunningham. Kurt Kowalski coming up. He gets up to first, brings a runner in. Things falling pretty well for Oxford in the first inning so far. Kurt Kowalski on deck. Dan Watson. Strike off the bat, right off the tip. And that'll be a shot to your shortstop. Everybody will hold up. And that'll be an out. 2 out right now, and we'll have a chance for Dan Watson to see if he can bring the guys in. Both on each corner. Watson down, rolls one out to center. This could hold everybody. Well, they'll send another runner in, and that'll hold somebody up on 1 and 2. Get another run in on that. Watson gets up to first base. Ed Hunwick coming up to bat right now. Ed Hunwick on deck. Scott Spencer, who was a great fielder. Fielded all 3 of the balls hit out by the depot. 2 down right now. Hunwick will bat one out to center, and that will get fielded for. Oh no, actually he gets up to first base. On my bad, I thought that was caught. Scott Spencer up now. Fielded 3 out of the sky out in center field. On deck, Sam A. Base is loaded for Oxford. Bases loaded, 2 down, and boom, big shot out, and it'll go out of play. Big shot out to right field, and it will drop. We'll send a runner in. 2 runners in. And that'll be 5, and we know what happens then. That'll wrap up the first inning. Oxford making a statement early on in the first inning. They are 5 to the Depot Zilch. We'll be back with more. We'll pick it up in the first part of the second inning of play on Oxford Community Television.
I got you.
Oh, yeah, I got him.
That stupid controller froze again.
You're only saying that because you're losing.
Bet you bought the cheap one.
My controller is junk too. Is this even real?
You're spending less, so...
Yeah? We'll just buy it again?
Smart kids.
Who are you?
Or what are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys wanted any. OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's an imposter. He's a fake.
I am McGruff the crime dog. He is the fake. And so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. And that, Pops...
Could blow up in your face.
That's right, Scruff. Let's take a bite out of crime together and protect ourselves against fakes. Like him.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing an arm.
You are smart kids. You're smart. Bye.
Back with you on Oxford Community Television. We are getting into the beginning part of 2. We got first part of 2. And as the first 3 came up, flied out, we're still in the top part of the batting order. Dennis comes up to bat for the Douglas Water Depot from Clarkston. Cats, I always say the Cats, but it's your Health Quest, Oxford Health Quest leads this one 5-0 right now. So they're going to try to make a big stab at trying to get something on board here. Holding ground in the center would be Erkey. Now, Erkey and both Terenzi, they rotate. So I would imagine Terenzi will pitch to the third. Shot for a strike right off the bat to Dennis. Big shot out to, that'll be actually right field. That'll drop for a base hit for Dennis. He'll get up to 1. Kind of went in the gap between Spencer and the right fielder. Spencer fielded all 3 in the first inning. Great, good stuff from him. Bob comes to bat here for the Depot. 1 out. Oh, no outs, actually. Back to that walk-up music again until the battery dies. Bob ready for a hit, and he'll draw a ball from Erkey. Erkey pitching pretty solid today. Again, he's only had 4 to get through. Big shot out. This plays it out to Mark Emerson. He'll try to get it in. We'll get a man on first and second. So Douglas Water Depot from Clarkston making a stab at both teams, again, we mentioned, are 7-1. Coming up, Rick, who evidently likes the Village people. Big shot out. This could be fielded by Emerson. Snagged out of the sky, and he pulls down and out of a fly. Kenny, who, well, we know that, going to fly now by Bill Conti. That, of course, the Rocky Balboa theme. Yo, Adrian. Yes, I do imitations. Man on first and second. Kenny trying to play cleanup here for him. He's going to throw one right up the middle. It'll get, right by, and that will hold everybody up on base. And that, of course, they're going to throw him in, and he runs in at the last minute and grabs a run. So, man on first and second. We got a run that just popped in there, so 5-1 right now. John. Big Bad John. You know his walk-up music's going to be that one. Erkey ready to throw the pitch. And that'll get shot right out to right field. And boom, into the glove it goes. And everybody stays where they are. Man on each side, each corner. 2 out. Two out. Charlie at bat right now. He's got a man on each side of the fence. Charlie shouts it. This could go out of play if not caught. That gets dropped. That'll send somebody home, and that'll hold people on each corner. So they get one in on a sac fly. Or a fly ball. 2 out right now. Still, Charlie gets one out. Their version Dave coming up. Followed by Les, Don, Dan, and Ron. Big shot out, and it gets by, and that'll send another runner in. That'll give them 3 already. So Clarkston, Douglas Water Depot, they are saying they're not going down. So we got a man on first and second, 2 out. I do believe this is your pitcher, Les. He always comes up with a walk up a journey. He'll do a foul ball. It'll go over the fence, out of play, but I'll give him a strike. Erke pitching a strong game today, 5-3 right now. Drops one to third. That'll get to Cunningham. They got nowhere to go. He just touches base. It'll end that in that part of the inning. And without having any problems, they managed to pull 3 down. It's 5-3. We pick it up in the bottom of 2. Oxford Health Quest is going to be at bat. You're watching Oxford softball on OCTV. Back with you, picking it up here. I believe we got Sam A. He gets a strike. Strike 2 on Sam A. already. 5-3 at the bottom of 2 right now, so both teams are making stabs at it. Shot to the third baseman. He'll rifle it over. Will he get to Dubois? He does. And Sam out on that one. Rifled over. Wasn't really a double play. He picked it up on 3 and threw it across. That wasn't a double play, but great fielding by the Water Depot. Rich Kadich, the guy that gave us our lineup, he's batting next, followed by Gary. This should be Erke will be up. Unless, I guess Gary would most likely bat because Gary will probably go up on the circle. Gary and Erke both switch off pitching duties. Strike on him. And again, as I say, we always say, how cliche, but it is a beautiful day for playing outside. Not 90 degrees right now, about 70 right now. A little bit of wind across there, and a beautiful, partly sunny day. I believe the count is 2-1. Shot up there, and that'll go to second base, and he'll roll it over, and not in time, and that the runner will stay on 1. Kadich up to 1. Gary Terenzi will come to bat. Erke's going to be in the back on deck, and then we'll go to Dwayne Marchio, and then back to the top of the lineup. 5-3 as we sit in the bottom of 2 right now. Getting a bit of a pitch runner. Kadich needed that one. Gary Terenzi going to see what he can do. I would imagine Gary's going to pull the net out and be pitcher in the third inning. Strike off the bat from Les, number 39, their pitcher, who he wears a lot of protective gear. I guess I would too. 1-1 on the batter. Terenzi brings out the net, and I would do that too. I don't want that ball coming back at me. Shot up to, shortstop. He throws over, boom, down, out. Will he get the double? There's your double play. That'll wrap it up on the relay over, Oxford 5 and the Depot 3. We'll pick it up in the beginning part of 3 right after this.
Just think, what if we didn't have local TV and radio? Where would I go for local sports, local politics, a mayor, city council, stuff that affects me every day? How about health? Who's covering things that endanger my family? I need to know now, as it happens, from sources I trust, people in my community. No agenda, no bias like you find on cable and social media. Just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local station. Text TV to 52886 today.
And going to bet for the third inning. Don will lead it out here for the Depot. And again, the score right now as we sit in the beginning part of 3, 5-3 as Oxford takes a lead on this one here. Great double play executed by the Depot coming out of the second inning of play. They executed that one well. It looks like it could be a ball. Getting a little bit of wind here, and if you're picking that up again, we're trying to turn our head accordingly, and you won't hear that on the microphone here. And it looks like 2 balls. I'm not sure if we picked up a strike on that. I couldn't hear it because of the wind. Don, who I'm not quite sure what his walk-up was. That gets snagged. Will they get him on first? And Sam, boom, good night. See you later. Out on the beautiful picked-up ball and relayed over to 1. Sam snagged that puppy. Dan is coming to bat. Usually about the 4th inning, the battery wears out and we don't get no more walk-up music. Big shot out to center field that drops before it gets to Spencer. They know they got to drop it there, otherwise he's going to snag it. Dan gets up to first base. And we're at the bottom of the list right now, and this is your number 25, Ron, who's the 14th slot in the lineup. Then we'll be back to the top of the order with Bill. That'll be a strike off the bat. Terenzi laying one down on the tip. That'll be ball, 1-1. Terenzi again and Urke both do the switch off. Pop up. This could go in fine. Cunningham looking at it. He says, I'll take it. And we're back to the top of the order. Bill will pick it up. 2 down right now as we are in the beginning part of 3. Your score right now, 5-3. Oxford on the top on this one. Shots right up the middle, past your second baseman, and Spencer will get it, and not in time to get it to second base. Man on first and second as Bill makes it to 1. He had a fly out in the first inning of play. Joel coming to bat, another... the first 3 batters of the contest in 1 were all flyouts to Spencer out in the center field. So kind of sending a message that if you're going to say hit it to center, you got to drop it before it gets out there. That'll be a ball coming from Terenzi to Joel. Big shot out, and it goes caught by Emerson. And that will be 3 down. We see the end of 3, or beginning part of 3. Drop it to the end of 3. The score right now, 5-3. Oxford picks it up next. And we're at the bottom of the order for Oxford, and it should be Erkey, Marchio, and then back to the top with Defoe. Score right now 5-3, and again fielded by Mark Emerson to get that third one out. That was good. The tandem of Spencer and Emerson sounded like a law firm there, able to snag the balls out of the sky. Coming to bat, it's Rick Erkey. He's one of your pitchers for the Oxford team, and Dwayne will be on deck, followed by Max Defoe, I should say, Max. I think we called him Mark a minute ago. It's named Max. Erkey, the big guy. He will probably get a break, and then he'll pitch the 5th inning, I would imagine. We'll have one more inning with Terenzi. And he'll get him a ball. That's less up on the circle for the depot. Once again, if you'd like to see one of these games out here live, Mondays and Wednesdays is when they play at Seymour Lake Park. Pack a lunch, come on out and enjoy a great senior softball. They start about 10 o'clock in the morning. Still not an undoable situation, even if it is a bit warmer, but today's just perfect. Coming off of a big weekend, Seymour celebration, and you wouldn't even know it was in the park here. All the rides are gone. Everything's cleaned up. But I guess it was a weekend of fun out here in Seymour Lake Park. Spencer trying to make the sneak-up call here. Erkey hands the bat off, and that'll be an out for Erkey. Dwayne Marchio coming up on deck right now. Max Defoe for Oxford. Marchio pops one out to center field. It'll go to the gap. Ooh, tried to catch it on the fall, and that'll get people around. And, ooh, it's going to be a stretch, and boom, one on each corner. So, man on each corner on a good hit by Marchio. And not for the lack of effort by the other team as he went for the fall on that. Mark Emerson on deck. Max Defoe. We'll see if he can play cleanup man for the men on 1 and 2. Third inning of play here. Beautiful day. Big shot in. Will it stay fair? And it looks like it does. That'll send a runner in for Oxford, holding everybody else up. Max will get up to 1 and bring a runner in as well. Mark Emerson up, followed by the man you know, Orlando Castro. And Emerson takes a strike from Les. And he gets him on the backside there with a foul, 1-1. Orlando Castro on deck, followed by Ron Mikowski. Pretty strong setup there. Boom, and right to, it gets past the second baseman. They're going to hold everybody up, 1, 2, and 3, bases loaded. They're going to give it to him, Orlando Castro, an opportunity to possibly be the cleanup man. Ron Mikowski on deck, then the big guy, Dave Cunningham. He's getting ready as well. Castro tries to plummet that one, and it'll go behind the backstop. But Castro knows what he's got to do, and he was ready to swat that one. Oh, he does it again. 2 strikes on Castro, trying to get a big one here. Got to give a shout-out to Chavez today, who's not playing, but he's actually your third base coach. Chavez picked up an injury early on, but he was always good hitting machine for the Oxford team. But we offered him an opportunity to come and talk to us in the booth. He said, I don't think so. He'll go on the Hunter list, is what we'll call it, okay? Chavez and Hunter. Chavez decided to come, but he's not going to help us. Hunter just took a hard no and said, I'm not coming at all. He's got things to do. He's writing the characters that he has. See, Dan, that's going to pay off in the end, the bottom line. We're both going to be working at that park. Ooh, infield, then I'll go to third base. Bobble there. Ooh, it's a tight one, and everybody's safe. I do believe somebody came in as well. Dave Cunningham. Ball. And we are looking good here as we have a man on second and third. One down, and we bring a runner in, so that's another up on the board. Bases loaded, and Dave Cunningham is going to have the opportunity to be the Grand Slammer. Coming up after Dave Cunningham, Kurt Kowalski, and then Dan Watson. Well, Cunningham's on first. My bad. This is Kowalski. And they're going to send somebody in and toss it over there. Will they get the other one? Another runner comes in on the sack, and that should be a man on each corner. They prevented a little bit of the damage with the fielding by the center, by your shortstop. Picked it up, threw it over to second, and boom, they did the relay. So still getting another run in. Dan Watson with the opportunity to see what he can do. He's got one on each side. Ooh, that'll go past your pitcher, but maybe Emerson makes it over on the, he was pinch running, and that was 5 anyway, and that will take him back home to the beginning part of 4. Oxford has, in my count, 10. The Depot 3. Well, pick it up. Depot picks it up in 4. Top of 4. I don't think we had walk-up music on that one. We maybe put that in the hold position. Not quite see the number here. We got somebody number 3 batting for the Depot, and that of course is third in your lineup, Mark. 10-3 right now, but this Water Depot department can strike back, and they strike back fast. So not to worry about them. 2 balls to Renzi back on the circle. I would imagine our next inning will go to Erkey. Mentioned this on the day after that Tarek Skubal pitched in Grand Rapids, the Whitecaps, the Grand Rapids Whitecaps. fared pretty well, pitched down 5, and again, they're probably going to be ready to come back to the Tigers real soon. Kind of caught that on the TV the other day, and good to see him healthy, starting to get healthy, and Justin Verlander as well. Big shot out, pop-up infield, pop-up. Will he get it? Snagged out of the sky. Marchio says, it's mine. I'll take it. Out. Coming up is your Dennis, number 14. And he'll get a ball off of Urkey. Not Urkey, off of Terenzi. That'll be a swat, and that should be a strike. Bob on deck for the Depot. Strike 2, he got a corner of it. Terenzi surprising the batter with a corner hit. But he hits it out to second base. Boom, over there. Overthrow, and that'll hold him up. He's going to stay there. Dennis will stay up on first on the overthrow. Bob comes in to see if he can maybe plummet one out there to get him on board again. Bob, Rick, and Kenny coming up for the Depot. We already in the 4th inning of play. It's not bad. Good game going so far today. Little shot over there. They're going to go to 2 and back over to 1. Boom. Draws the double play on the rifle, and I tell you, that's how you do it, and that'll end it for the 4th inning of play for the Depot right now as they go down 1, 2, and 3. And the score right now, as I see it, it's 10-3.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right, despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
So 7-1, both teams here. Oxford seems to have a command on this one. Ed Hundwick at the bat right now in the bottom of 4. Scott Spencer on deck, Sam A. And Scott doing some great fielding out there with Mark Emerson. I tell you, that tandem, the left center tandem, definitely you don't want to hit it there if you're from an opposing team. And that'll be shot in, that'll go out of play. We got a young man here, Dan. We got a young man with a big wheel. You got to get that out. He's got a flag on the back of it, so he's right behind you. Oh, he's taking it to the end. Mom's not watching. I think he might be going to Hunter's house. Shot over to first, and do they get him? Yeah, they do. They get Hunwick on a big throw across. Hunwick goes down, and 1 out. Scott Spencer up on deck, Sam A. Oh, looks like he's making a big drag run here with the big wheel. Oh no, I guess we did get up to first. I thought he flew out. Okay, sorry, Ed. My bad. Got up to first base. That'll get shot out to center field by Spencer. That'll get Hunwick over to 2 and Spencer on 1. So both men on base right now. Sam A going to be the cleanup man. The big wheel going by once again. Hardly loud at all. I don't know whether it's the wind or the big whale. It's getting me. Sam A on deck, Rich Kadich, and then Gary Terenzi. Should be a ball on Sam. Sam, ball 2. Last game, Sam came up to me and said, "Are you the one that went to Sicily?" And I went, "No." I was kind of curious why he asked me that. And then he started telling me about Sicily, how him and his family went over there and just enjoyed themselves. Great food. Because I looked like I was a traveler. Big shot out to center. Boom, it gets snagged out of the sky. That'll go down for 1. Every so often you'll hear the wheels get louder, so that means you know the guy's going by. I don't know if that's showing up or not. Rich Kadich on deck. It's Gary Terenzi, followed by Erkey, and then Marchio. Ooh, got a piece of it for a strike. Rich Kadich. Kadich has a man on first and second. Could play the opportunity fly. What am I trying to say? It could be the cleanup man. And he drops him for a ball. That might load the bases if he gets another one, which would give the opportunity to Gary Terenzi to see what he could do. Big shot out, pop-up fly, and that's going outfield. Will it get snagged? Boom, they caught it. Say goodnight. Fly out, 2 out right now, and we do got men all over the board on 1 and 2. And Gary puts one to second base, and they'll get him around, and they don't get him in time on. That's 1, 2, 3 out. And that'll end 4 with the score of 10-3. We pick it up in 5. Beginning part of 5. Clarkson's going to try to make the stab back at it. We'll be right back. You're watching Oxford Senior Softball on OCTV. Back with you on OCTV. We got the big wheel going. He's rolling it down there. He's got a flag on there. That's good stuff. It don't get no better than that, Dan Weiss. And we pick it up in 5. Great to have you along with us. 10-3 is the score. Oxford's Health Quest team leading this one. Both the Depot and Oxford came into this 7-1. And what will it be at the end? Well, you stay there. You're going to find out. Good to have you with us. I'm Jim Hughes. Dan Weiss, he's on all the cameras. I bring you some of it verbally. We got the big wheel in the park with the flag on it. Looking good there. And all we need is some more participants. Feel free to come out sometime and check it out. Coming to bat right now, this is number 27. And I do look at my roster. We got first names only. This is Rick. He leads off the 5th. Big hit, and that goes first base hit for Rick. That kind of went in the gap between Spencer and Emerson, who've been fielding pretty much everything out that way. Kenny coming up on deck, John. I guess the walk-up music ends at the 5th inning. I think the battery dies. Kenny, John, and Charlie all ahead. So we get walk-up music in the first 3 innings. And as we called it, back up on the circle, it's the big guy himself, Erkey. Pitching to number 9, Kenny. Kenny, who got on first base in the 2nd inning. It's getting a little bit warmer here than when we got here. The wind is still coming across. That's kind of making things feel better. Again, they are in the back field here, which has no shade at all. So they right to your pitcher, rifles to first base. That'll still get the man to second, but we have Kenny out. Erke threw the ball over there. Bingo, done. John coming up, Charlie and Dave. John, who normally walks up to Big John by Jimmy Dean. Yes, Dan, that is the guy that made the sausages. He had a singing career before selling sausages. That was one of his songs, Big John. Another great song he did was IOU. I always play that at Mom. It's for moms, so you got to listen to that one. And that'll go up to, what happened there? Not quite sure what happened there. John's still at bat. It looked like he put one through the middle there, and I'm not quite sure what happened. That'll be a strike from Erke. One out in the fifth inning of play. 10-3 right now. Oxford's winning. Big swat on that. That'll give him a strike. Charlie on deck with Dave. Oh, that'll put John out of the play. It's out 1-2-3. Two down right now in 5. Charlie and Dave. Charlie goes to bat. Erke going to see what he can do. Surprise him with a strike on the tip. Boom, he does it every time. Like butter. Butter, 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 butter. Yeah. Dave on deck, and then Les, your pitcher, comes up third if they get there. Big punch up to the field will get caught. It gets dropped. That goes out of play. And a lot of unnecessary running for number 27, Rick. Rick was trying to get that puppy home. That had the distance, but it didn't have it was headed to the right side of the field. Again, that wind, I'm not sure if it played any part in it, but we do have a hefty wind right here. Now he shoots one up the middle, and that'll go to left field. That will keep everybody honest at 1-2. And we are looking good for the Depot. They could get on the board here. Coming up to bat, Dave. Dave is number 1, then Les on deck. Les, your pitcher. Big swat out to second base. They've got to get it over to first. That's safe. He dropped the ball. And that'll put him up on 1-2. I do believe somebody came in on that. And somebody on the run-in on the, so that puts him at 4. Coming to bat now, your pitcher, Les, who does a really good job with this team. And he plumbs one out there over to second is all they got to do. And that'll get the out. That should wrap it on that one for 3. I believe they had one come in. That could be 10-4. I believe that's the score right now. We'll pick it up in the bottom part of 5. I'll get the official score. We'll be right back as you're watching Oxford Senior Softball on OCTV.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back with you on OCTV. Great to have you with you. Bottom part of 5 right now. Coming to bat, the secondary pitcher also. Erke takes a ball. Dwayne coming up, and then Max Defoe again. 10-4 right now at the bottom of 5. And he pulls down a strike. Les at the circle. He's their only pitcher, whereas Oxford has that tandem of Terenzi and Erkey. Strike 2 on the pitcher-to-pitcher. Erkey headed out. Ooh, gets it up infield fly. Boom, that'll knock him down 2. 1 down there against Erkey. Coming up, Dwayne Marchio on deck. Max Defoe with Mark Emerson. One out and nobody on right now. We're at the bottom of 5, and the score 10-4. We had it scored at 10-5, but it's 10-4. Pop up infield. It could be easily got, and boom, dropped, and that'll keep him up to 1. Marchio on the miss call. Max Defoe comes up to see what he can do offensively. Big shout out. That's going to go on a play. That'll keep Marchio up on 1. Max Defoe, Mark Emerson, and Orlando Castro coming up. I think Orlando's relatives, might be one of them had a big wheel. That goes past your second baseman. That'll keep Marchio. He'll hold up on 2, 1-2. As they begin their offensive charge, Mark Emerson, and Orlando Castro, and Makowski all coming up. Mark Emerson will get a chance to play cleanup in the bottom part of 5. Right now, 10-4, Oxford leads it. If you like what you're seeing, thank you for stopping by. Call our office and let us know you love the sports here. 248-628-9658. You can secure a DVD copy of any one of our broadcasts or any one of our programs at a reasonable rate. And if you'd like to sponsor, wow, we would love that, okay? If you have a business or just starting a business or you want to help out, we have Oxford football coming up in the fall, and we need sponsors. We want to cover it. We want to thank some of our previous sponsors. Hey, we're going to thank them. Barron Industries, Oxford Bank has helped us out before. And the team that, caught right to the shortstop. That'll be out. Emerson beamed it over there. In fact, the very gentleman who sponsors this team, HealthQuest, helped us out as well. On bat right now, Orlando Castro. Coming up, we have none other than Ron Makowski and then the big guy, Dave C. Castro blasts one out to right, and will it get fielded? Snagged out of the sky. That should end it. The end of the 5th inning of play. We see a score of 10-4 at the end of 5. We pick it up in 6, the beginning part of 6, in just a moment. And welcome back to the beginning part of 6, and I guess the battery for the walk-up music just got recharged. As we pick it up in 6, a score right now of 10-4 as Oxford leads this one. 6th inning of play here. They played a 9, so it is definitely a doable situation. Coming to bat, number 7, or yes, it is number 17, I should say. That's Don for the Clarkson Douglas Water Depot. Don pops it up in field. Will Sammy get it? Boom, he gets it out of the sky. It's out. Dan and Ron coming up to bat for the Depot. Then we'll go back to the top of the order. Again, 10-4 right now as we sit. Dan evidently likes the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Strike off the batter. Keep putting the damage on that one. Right on the tip again. I love that song, though, Edmund Fitzgerald. But tell you the story behind it. If you rifle the first, does he get him? I guess he got him. Got him on the rifle over. Sammy snugged it up out of the dirt and picked it up for an out. Ronnie with the ole ole. Here we go. Coming, well, get us back to the top of the order. Bill on deck. 2 out right here in the beginning part of 6. Urke up on the circle. Urke making sure his offense is ready for this guy. That gets shot up to the over to Sam, and that'll take him down. 1, 2, 3. See you later. Out. We pick it up in the bottom of 6. The score right now 10-4 as it's been for a bit. Oxford has a chance to add more to the mayhem.
If you've been impacted by the devastating effects of a tornado, the last thing you need is to be taken advantage of. Contractors who show up following a disaster may be individuals looking to make a quick buck off your situation. They'll promise to help you recover as long as you sign their contract. Then they may collect payment and disappear without a trace. Don't fall victim to these schemes. If you suspect fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Bottom part of 6 right now, and Oxford comes to bat. It's 10-4. It's been there for a while. We'll see what they can do offensively again as the Depot going to try to hold them down now. Not for the lack of effort. Depot's been working hard, and their pitcher up there, Les, doing a good job as well. Again, both teams evenly matched coming into the contest today, 7-1, 7-1. And, again, always good to see these two guys in early matchups here. We are at the, again, 6th inning of play right now, bottom of 6. Coming to bat, number 3, or don't see who this is. He'll be on base before I even know. Number 9, actually, Scott Spencer. Spencer gets up to first. Was that Spencer? No, that wasn't. It was actually number 9, Ron Mikowski. I thought I saw 3. Mikowski, 4th in the lineup. He picks it up and goes up to first base on a single. Dave Cunningham, the big guy, Kirk Kowalski, and Dan Watson all coming up. Right up the line, it'll stay out of play. 10-4 right now. Oxford leads this one. It's going to definitely be changed in the league here, the League of 4. Someone's going to be 7-3, and another one's going to be 8-2 or 8-1. Easy for me to count on with Oxford myself. Sun trying to make an appearance a little bit stronger than it was earlier, but really not causing a problem. High plane up there, Dan. Way up there. Look. On that right side. You're the right. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get it. I guess I'll pay attention. Boom. Cunningham up to first, and we got a man on first and second as the mesmerizing jet flies over, and I look up. You get him, Dan? It's kind of high up there. Kirk Kowalski coming to bat. Dan Watson and Ed Hunwick all ahead. Just trying to add some flair to the contest here. We got a big wheel, 2 no's to coming, or 1 no to coming, 1 no to helping, and a jet just flew over. All we're missing is a drone and maybe the young lady that used to make baked goods for us at the football game. Number 44 for Oxford at bat, Kirk Kowalski. Kowalski had a sack fly out. He had an out in the first. I don't have him listed across the board, but I know he batted. I think he's out there, right? Dan Watson a chance to see what he can do. Maybe clean up the man on first and second. Ed Hunwick and then Scott Spencer. Ball on Dan. Not really much has happened since about the fourth inning of play, and they've been holding in at 10-4. Had some big rallies early on. Up the middle, and that'll go over to your shortstop, Bingo, for the out. And do they turn him? Yes, on 2. Oh, he called him safe. Wait. 2 down. They kept him safe on the first base, so. Dan Watson gets up to first base, but he sacks one of them. Man on each corner, Ed Hunwick and Scott Spencer all ahead. Ed Hunwick will see if he can do, maybe be the cleanup man, and that'll go to your shortstop. Ooh, bobbled. That'll bring a run in on a bobble from your shortstop as he waves it off like he wasn't impressed. Spencer gets up to that gets fielded. That'll drop him for an out. That'll be 3 down at the bottom, at the top of 7. A score right now, I do believe it's going to be 10-. I don't know, did they pick one up there? We'll pick it up in the beginning part of 7. We'll get the score. It's Oxford against the Clarkston Douglas Water Depot. We're back in a moment.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
And we're looking at the 7th inning of play here. Top of 7. They played in 9, 10-4. And where will the Clarkston Douglas Water Depot break out? Again, both teams come into the contest earlier at 7-1. So somebody's going to walk out with a different record. Well, actually, both will walk out with a different record. And we'll see how that plays out. Oxford seeming to kind of taking a command on this one. A lot of their fielding helping them out with the center and left center field with Emerson and Spencer today, snagging them out of the sky. But everybody playing a full set of offense, full set of defense. Same thing applies with, of course, the Water Depot department as well. Yeah. What score do you have? See, I had 11-2, and someone said 10-4. I had 11-2. So it is 11-4? Check with them there, too, just to make sure. We're seeing the score from the Depot. Ooh, a little bit of a bunt. Well, he'll get him up to first, though. They don't get it in time, so Oxford misses on that one. And your batter makes it up to first. I had 11-4 as we went into it, and the score from Depot had that as well, so I would imagine it's 11-4. Terenzi pitches another one, and that'll go right to Terenzi. He'll stop it However, will he get it over there in time? No. And that'll be one on first and second for the Depot. They need that. Number 3 in the line up here, Mark. He's going to be your batter. He's got a man on first and second, and they need runs to come in. Again, I had them 11-4. Again, the Depot score had 11-4 as well. So we'll get a clarification on that just to make sure. We don't want to give any runs that are not well deserved. So it's either 10-4 or 11-4 at the beginning part of 7. Big shot out to the middle, and that will go to Castro over to 2. Boom, and that'll get an overthrow. They're going to send the the runner should have probably went in. They need scores, but they hold them up. Castro was able to get over to 2 to get the surefire 2, but he rifled it to 1 and he got missed on that end. Number 14, Dennis, 4th in the lineup here. Big shot out to center, and it drops in the gap. That'll send a runner in, and they need that. One out, one scored on that one, and you got men on first and second. Depot has, I believe this is going to be Bob that comes up. And that'll be a ball on Bob. Bob, Rick, and Kenny all coming up for the Depot. Strike, 1-1 on them. Strike 2 and 1 and 2. Two. Depot could make a stab at it in this inning because they definitely need runs. They already got one across. Big shot. That'll go right to second base. He'll hit it, and that'll be an out, and that'll wrap that one. At the end of the beginning part of 7, I believe we got a score of 11-5 now. Let me see if I'll get the official when we come back. Oxford picks it up at the 7th. As we pick it up in the bottom of 7, Oxford leads at 11-5. Now without a little damage, or the Depot try got one across. And again, a lot of great playing happening on both sides of the fence here. Want to thank you for being a part of our senior softball. We're going to try to cover as many as we can, and hopefully you'll get to see some of them. Obviously, if you'd like to sponsor anything, we are definitely looking for sponsors for the upcoming fall sports for Oxford Sports. And again, we did make some mentions just a few innings ago to other businesses that have helped out. And we want to thank Barron Industries. Again, one of those industries that really didn't have to sponsor, but they were early on and they helped us out in football. Let's get underway with it, you guys. We are into the bottom part of 7. And a big hit out to the right field, and does that stay fair? That does stay fair. He's going to go to 2. He's going to try to stretch it out there. That, of course, Sam, and Sam will hold up on 2. Sammy was kind of surveying the situation on the hit as it stayed fair right on the line. He got to 2 and saw that he could stretch it out a little. There you go. He'll get a pinch runner. Rich Kadich coming up on deck after that. Your pitcher, Gary Terenzi. Big shout out to right field, and that'll fall in the gap, and they're going to throw, they're going to hold them up. Man on each corner first, and Kadich gets up to 1 on the big bomb out to center. Terenzi, Erke, and Dwayne all coming up. (11-5) as we sit right now at the bottom of 7. Gary had a double, had an out in the 3rd inning of play. Got to a double in the 2nd inning. That'll be caught, and that'll be 1 out. Terenzi flies out. Rick Erke, Dwayne Marchiel, and then we go to the top of the order again, Max Defoe. Want to thank, I'm not quite who she is, but got a Batgirl this morning helping out the Oxford team. That does help out. Erke, part two of that 2-man tandem on the pitch. 1 out as we are still sitting in 7, bottom of 7. Man on each corner. Erke takes a strike. See what he can do here. Maybe be clean up here. Shot out to the field, and that'll fall where it needs to. That'll get a man across the plate. That'll be another runner in to 12-5. Erke gets up to first base. Erke has that pinch runner. Dwayne is going to bat next, coming up at the top of the order. Max Defoe, and then Mark will be ready to hit him out. Seven innings of play here so far. They played a 9 now, and that's unless they get mercied. And about a week ago, I think we had the auto body in town, and it was a mercy against the auto body. Big shot out. Marchio plants it out there, and it gets snagged. Well, that'll be an out for Marchio. Two outs right now. We go to the top of the order. Max Defoe. 12-5 right now as we sit. We got a man on each side of the fence. I should say we have a man on first and second, not third. I keep seeing Chavez up there as the coach, and I keep thinking he's on base. Chavez, Oxford player, is out with injury, but he's actually acting as a coach for the third base run. Big shot, and that'll go out of play. Max puts it over to the right side. Likes to veer it off right. Mark Emerson, and then the man we know, Orlando Castro, coming up. Shots right to the pitcher. He'll just have to bobble it over to first base. Being done. At the end of 7, they pick up 1. They give a little pain where the pain is not needed. It's 12-5 right now, and the depot is coming up. We'll be right back. We'll pick it up in the beginning part of 8 on Oxford Community Television.
Hey, this is former Detroit Lion Rob Rubick and former Lapeer, Michigan school teacher. You're currently watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television. Enjoy it.
Back with you on Oxford Television at the top of 8. Oxford, the Health Quest team of Oxford at 12, and the Clarkston Douglas Water Depot has 5. They played a 9. Will they need to take it to the full end? Well, Depot's going to have to make some big hits on this one, on this inning and the next. I think we're back to walk-up music again. Every so often it stops because of the battery, I think. And we're back to a big wheel. This was always a good thing to go with. A little bit of a knock, and that'll go out of play for a strike. That's your batter number. That should be Mark up there. Number 27 on their list, and that is Rick, I should say. Rick is in the first lot of 8. Rick puts it outfield, and that, without effort, it'll go out, and this may get him a double knock, I do. As tried to catch it out there in the outfield and didn't get able to do it, and Rick will get up on second base. And that's pretty much what they need right now. They need men on base and big hits. Kenny, John, and Charlie all coming up against for the Depot. Kenny had an out in the 5th, got to first base in the 2nd. So Kenny not afraid of the ball. Back up on the circle, Gary Terenzi. Again, that switching tandem of Erke and Terenzi seems to work with Oxford. Now, with the Depot, they have one pitcher less, and he does a pretty good job for them. Big shot to pass your shortstop. And they will keep everybody honest, and everybody stays on 1 and 3. Man on each corner. Dave Cunningham helping him up a little bit. He stretched it there and made it over to the third base side. Strike on the batter. John, the batter, coming up. We have Charlie. That'll be out of play. John had that big John walk-up song for the Depot. Man on each corner, and again, what the Depot needs is some runs in, and that could keep things still competitive. Big shot into the center, and they'll bring one across, and that's what they need. Well, they'll hold that man up on first and second. Overthrow, will he go? He's going to try to go. He's going to go, and he holds up on 3 on the overthrow. Man on each corner, and they pull down 1. Charlie coming to bat, but they do manage to get one across. So that's even 12-6. Charlie gets a strike off of Terenzi. Starting to build a slow but sure attack at the lead. That'll get shot. Another run comes across for the Depot. They'll add 2 to the mix. That gets them up to 7. So they're attacking a little bit at a time. Charlie up to first. Dave, Les, and Don will have a chance at it. Les, your pitcher, coming up on deck. Man at first and second, and they just keep hitting it in the gap. Big shot to right field, and that's what they're doing. They're doing it. They'll hold them up. Bases loaded right now. Dave gets that for them. Here comes your pitcher. Les will get a chance to see about being the cleanup man, and this would be definitely damaging to Oxford. Les, Don, and Dan. Terenzi up on the circle. Bases are loaded for the Depot. Their chance of getting back in this one right here. Everybody's staying solid in the outfield, but right now they've been playing the gap game. Strike by Terenzi. They were hitting big bombers out there, but you hit them to left center, and you got that trouble with Emerson and Spencer. Strike on the call there. Les has a chance to put them ahead, right? Well, not ahead, get them closer to the to Oxford's score. Big shot out. This will drop in left field. This will get another man in, and everybody stays on base. 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we have 3. $12 to 8 right now, looking a little bit better for the Depot. The tie is at the home plate right now. They hit a big one here, and then it's back to a new game right here for Oxford. That'll get him Cunningham over to 3, and he gets that one. 1, 2.
Yeah, there you go. Good call. Good call. Listen to that. You were here, bro. He stayed on. Hit the ball, guys. Go right on that.
This now gets us to batter.
Nobody can run on our team. You're not my boss.
A little bit of trouble right now. I'm not quite sure.
You don't need to argue with the umpire, guys. Come on. He's not going to change anything.
Marcio not happy with what's being officiated here, and he's not afraid to give him his mind. So
About the call, not you. You missed it. He's talking about the save. Play ball. Save. Play ball. Save. Play ball. Gary, go to the mound.
get some hefty competition here, Dan. Some dialogue happening right now, and definitely it's not a hot day out here, but I think it's a little bit of frustration of some fielding that's not really been happening in the 7th and 8th for Oxford. The Depot kind of hitting it in the gap. Strike one and ball one. 1-1. Dan has a chance to bingo, and that'll be out of play. One ball, two strikes. Dan has a chance to get him up on the board even more. Marcio definitely not happy right now. Haven't seen that side of him in a long time. Spring holding his own, holding this court back behind the plate, though. Big shot out, and will it get fielded? It does not, and that'll show a bases loaded. Beginning part of 8 has been quite interesting. This is where the Depot decided to make a charge at it, and they're doing what they can to do it. Bases loaded. And Ron will have a chance. Ron gets a strike from Terenzi. Again, out there on the field, a little bit hotter than it is where we are, but I tell you, getting very intense. Strike two. Terenzi wants out of this. He's happy to turn it over to Urke in the next inning. Big shot out. Will it get fielded? It will get fielded by Spencer, and that'll keep Spencer snagged it out, and he knew he had to go home with it, and it kept everybody from crossing. So Spencer with another great fielding opportunity. Then it was a standoff here. Definitely very challenging. So without a doubt, they are making a stab in the 8th. Bases still loaded. Bill on for a pitch. He gets a strike off the bat. We're going to have to get an official score because I want to make sure I got this right. We got another runner coming across. Says, that should be 5. You're going to go again, and Spencer in for, and there you go. Another runner crosses for 2. That'll keep a man on 2 and 3. So that's so far, as I see it, 6 on. This could be a tie game now. This could be tied from what I understand. That would be very interesting for the 9th inning or the bottom of 8. I do believe this could be tied. 7-1. Both teams are going to walk out with different records. Exciting stuff, Dan. Thanks for inviting me. See, Hunter missed a big one here today. Probably at home just thinking he should have went. Ooh, and that goes fair, and that'll bring another. This may put him ahead for 2 across, and again, you may see a lead change here right now in the 8th. Rally for the Depot in 8. I have them scored right now, and maybe we'll get the official. Mark is the 3rd in the lineup batting right now. The damage, and there we go over to, he touches it, and boom for an out. That should wrap it up with the Depot with some contentious play there. Oxford will get a chance to come back in 8. I'm going to get the final score. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but I do believe the Depot might have just went ahead. We'll pick it up at the bottom of 8 on Oxford Community Television. I got to get an official score.
I'm Naheem Hines, proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom has muscular dystrophy, and the MDA helps her and kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan, and I'm 12 years old. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. And MDA funds over 150 care centers for kids like me.
For over 70 years, MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and related neuromuscular diseases. Learn more at MDA.org today.
Okay, back with you at the bottom part of 8. The tides have turned, as they would say. 13-12, and Oxford's got 12, and the Depot 13. They rallied in 8. So it's a new game here. Oxford's going to be ready to do it, and here we go. Don't tell me senior softball is not exciting. Big shot by Mark Emerson up to, it'll get there, it'll rifle to 1, and that'll be Mark gets up to first base. At the bottom of 8, and they're down by 1. Wow. Powerful stuff. Come to bat, you know him. It's Orlando Castro. Castro keeps it in field. He'll go for the sure out at 2. He won't turn him on 1, but there's 1 down. Castro gets up to first base. Mikowski, Big Dave Cunningham, and then Kowalski. 13-12. Now Oxford needs to get somebody on the board. Wow, I tell you, I had what seemed to be almost a surefire Oxford win turned the tides in 8. Exciting stuff here. Good stuff. Strike on the batter. Big Dave Cunningham getting ready to whip one out of the park here. Castro up on first base. He definitely would like to put him across the home plate. Ball one, strike one. They're going to play this out to the 9th inning of play here. Wow. Ball two. Strike. Shot up the middle. It'll get stopped by your shortstop for the easy turn, and he doesn't get the first one. Two down on the rifle from your shortstop to two. Almost turned it. Two down, 13-12. Oxford's down by one. Bottom part of 8, we pick it up at 9. It's going to go to 9, I would imagine, unless something big happens here. Dave Cunningham can swat one out of here and get an Oxford run in. That would be great. This goes right to the second baseman. All he does is have to touch it, and there you go. That's 3 down. We go to 9. The score as we hit 9, 13-12. Oxford's down by 1. You're watching an exciting contest here, Oxford Senior Softball from Seymour Lake Park. We'll be right back for the last inning of play here on OCTV.
When a crisis hits, close to home and across the globe, nonprofits are on the front lines, ready to serve. The demand for charitable services has skyrocketed, and nonprofits are rising to meet the needs. Healing, nurturing, rescuing, honoring, protecting, caring, inspiring. The work of philanthropic organizations of all sizes, across all missions, has never been more important. And it's donors and volunteers like you who make all this possible. Thank you. Together, we change the world. The Nonprofit Alliance.
Ninth inning of play here. We got a game at 13-12. Oxford definitely is going to have to strike back in the 9th. They're going to come to bat and play the full 9 as they're down by 1. Depot had a powerful 8th inning. Again, a little bit of a few questionable calls by Oxford against the ump, and that's Mr. Spring. However, he held his own, and obviously, maybe a little bit of a heated situation, but I think things are all going to play out good in the end. What looked like it was going to be a surefire Oxford win ends up being they're going to need to at least get one to tie and one to win. So Depot making a strike in the 8th, and you're here watching the 9th right now. Beginning part of 9. I can tell you one thing, you don't want to stray away from the TV. This is going to be exciting. Want to thank Dan Weiss running all the cameras, even the GoPro. Everything's good. A lot of things happening out here. We saw it today. And the first pitch goes out. Erke back up on the circle for the last inning. Number 14 batting. This is Dennis, who's the 4th in the lineup. Dennis earlier today got up to first on all 3 of his occasions. Got up to first in the first inning. Got up to first in the 4th inning, and we'll see where he goes now. Looks like he might get to first again. So Dennis gets up to first. Ooh, not that I'm tired, but Oxford needs to kind of stop them here and not let them get across anymore. Again, they are definitely going to have to score in the 9th. Big shot out to Boom, and Spencer, I think he is unable to get that one. That's going to send another runner home to 14. And that'll keep a man up on 2. So big bomb out to center. And Spencer's been knocking him down all afternoon. And again, that one he wasn't able to get. So little damage more to be inserted against your Oxford team as they go up with another run. Number 27, batting Rick. Rick actually ended up, got a 2-base knock on the last go-around. Infield, they'll keep it, and that'll get fielded. Rick got up to second base on a knock to center. So, quite interesting things happening here right now. Once again, if you like what you see, make sure to call our office and let them know you love senior softball. We love doing it. We like doing everything. Hey, we want to congratulate that Oxford baseball team. Unbelievable record this year. And the unbelievable record for the coach. Doing really well. Kudos to you guys. I tell you, that the lineup just phenomenal this year in Oxford baseball. Wish we could have got out there to do some more. And again, that does lead me to the thing. Whereas if you want to sponsor, it helps us out. We can cover all the contests. But right now, as Terry and I and everybody at the station have been professing that with the current state of affairs, we got to kind of watch the pocketbook. So, again, I don't want to seem like a salesman, but I guess I am a salesman. We need your help. And if you are able to help us out with any type of sponsorship, 248-628-9658. I know it's going to be worth your money. And, again, we thank our previous sponsors. Kenny takes one past your shortstop, and that'll hold the man on first and second on each corner on the bat from Kenny. Kenny got up to first base earlier, flew out, and then got up to first base. So got another knocker up to 1. Coming up to bat, number 11, John, whose walk-up is Big John. A little sporadic on that walk-up music. I think their battery dies. That's what I think. Big shot. This will get a chance for redemption. Emerson will snag it. They're going to tag up. They'll send another across the plate, and he won't make it in time. But they'll get a man over to second. So Emerson snags 1, and that should be 2 down in 9. 1 out to go, but they managed to get another one across the hill. So this should be 15-12 as I score it right now. Oxford is definitely going to need to rally when they come in. Otherwise, they're going to walk out with the L. Erke trying to get out of it and let Oxford do their offense. Big shot, and that'll stay to first base. Sammy touches it. That ends. That should end it. That'll wrap it up in 9. We pick it up. Oxford's got to do something here. I have a score right now of 15-12. 15-12. Oxford needs to pick up at least 3 to win. You're watching Oxford Senior Softball on OCTV. Okay, we're back with it. The final inning here, the bottom of 9. And yes, you never would have thought this would have taken the turn of the tides or tide of turns. 15-12. The Depot's got this one wrapped with 3 right now. Oxford has a chance to stab back, and here we go. 9th inning of play right here. And that'll fall for a ball. I'm kind of trying to see who that is. I think that might be Spencer up. Strike on the batter. Not quite see who. It's number 44, and that, of course, is Kurt Kowalski. Kurt Kowalski draws 2. 3 outs away from a Depot takeaway, and that'll be a ball. Snagged it in the 8th inning of play. Wow. Tell me this isn't exciting. Dan, don't tell me it's not exciting. I looked over and Dan was like, no, it's exciting. Kowalski bats one up. It goes, it's going, and it gets snagged for 1 out. Fly out for Kowalski. 2 outs to go. If you're at home in Clarkston watching this, but we want it to extend itself. Dan Watson, Ed Hundwick, and then Scott Spencer. Dan Watson, we'll see what he can do. They're down by 3 right now. Strike on Dan Watson from Les, your pitcher for the Depot, who pitches all innings. Strike 2. Boy, he's going to try to get him here. Dan down on the count right now. Dan Watson down on the count. Ed Hundwick, Scott Spencer is coming up if we get there. Challenging game today. Big shutout, pop-up. It's going to be a matter of your fielder. And that is snagged for out number 2. Dan Watson with a fly out to right. Ed Hundwick, it'll be on your shoulders. Coming up after that, Scott Spencer and then Sam A. Ed Hundwick will get a chance to see if he can get up on the base. So Depot's got to be pleased with their performance in the 8th. They kind of held smooth pretty much throughout the entire contest, except the 8th inning of play. They lit it up. 1 out to go, Ed Hundwick. Big shot up, pop up. This could be it. That'll it. That's it. End of the game as the Cats go down in 9. I should say the Health Quest Oxford team 1, 2, 3 out. And the final score here on a Monday morning afternoon, Oxford picks it up, or I should say the Depot picks it up. The final score at 15-12. We saw it all here. We saw a big wheel. We saw a jet flyover, a few other things, but we did not see an Oxford win. Final score again, the Depot 15, Oxford 12. This will move the Depot into an 8-1. And this will move the Oxford team again to a 7-2. We'll be back with more on Oxford Community Television. Thanks for watching Oxford Senior Softball. Have a good day.